and when they come here for this clash, it can define a season, no matter what's happened before, what might happen after. Glad to have you with us from TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars in the heart of Duval in Jacksonville, Florida. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Florida Gators, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play. And the Gators will hustle to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching. Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd downs. Their first opportunity, that one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Touchdown, Dogs! Special teams proving to be special. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop because you're getting the offense the football back. But how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
You got to wait again, gang. I was just letting you know.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called.
You gonna have to, God. Like, what you mean, God?
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They punted on the opening possession of the game. Might still have a few plays left on that opening script. Snagged out of the air. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Gets it out fast. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Gators want to crank the tempo. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see
a shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator. The extra point here would tie the game. And right down the middle. They put together an 81-yard drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. They'll start this drive with a pass. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. He might want another play. He'll take it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Got him downfield. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a 1st down.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Off The play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Tompkins. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down in the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Finds his man in the middle. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes a move. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Turning it on! And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Red pass, it's complete. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. Called it again on second down. I didn't get it. Called it again on third down. I didn't get it. On fourth down, he subbed our running back who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Big fullback's got it. Makes it past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
And the Gators are on the move. Give to the big fullback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Touch pass on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Works the middle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Gators are in the hurry-up. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. That's it.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime.
You ain't gonna respect the pause? You ain't gonna respect the pause. You ain't gonna respect the pause? That shit is crazy. Bro, wait, bro, you can't wait 5 minutes, cuz. Like, you ain't got no self-respect, cuz. You already went to dinner, nigga. You got off work, went to dinner. So you lied. So you had dinner. You ain't played. So okay. So again. So you got off work, right? Instead of hitting me and saying, okay, I know I got shit to do tonight. Let me knock out this league game. Let me hit Bezo. You decide to be like, okay, I'm gonna wait until this nigga hit me to just be like, okay, all right, I'm eating. I'm about to have dinner. And then after you have dinner, now you finna watch a movie. Like what? Like what you mean? Like, uh,
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Got his man on the right. And he's dragged down. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Sticks it in his belly. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the front?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give to the big fullback. They stop him in his track, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He makes a grab. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Offense needs a couple of yards on 4th down. Remember, they can get the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 2nd half. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. And the Dogs come to the line in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They put together a pretty good drive the last time they had it, but that fourth down stop kept them from getting anything on the board. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Made the grab in the end zone for the...
Nice job by the quarterback, finding the big fella in the end zone. He's going to find a hole. He's going to find an opening. That guy's, you got to trust him, and I'm going to throw it up and let him make a play like he did right there.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Maryland. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Fakes the grab. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds space on the right. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
Motion from the back. Wants to fire on 2nd down. This time on target. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Just keep slinging it. Fires to the big fella. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. The snap sets up the throw. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I love offensive coordinators that take shots in sudden change situations. You just got the takeaway. You're not wasting any time. Defense is jogging on the field. They barely have time to line up. You take a shot deep down the field, and you hit it, adding insult to injury to the opponent. That is a great play call.
The defensive front had that one smelled out from the beginning, and the fullback went fully backward.
Nowhere to go. That's a quick-hitting play. Till you get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit somebody fast. Nowhere to go.
Run it with the fullback. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Back has it. Nice move to keep running. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And now this offense on first and goal has a chance to break the tie late. Give to the fullback. Touchdown, Gator! They move on top here in the fourth.
I love fullbacks. They do such a good job. They're so unselfish, and I love when you throw them a bone near the goal line. Everybody knows it's coming. All the beef in the game. Give him the football. He does the rest. Reward the big fella for all his hard work.
Curious call here as they line up for an onside kick with the lead in a one-possession game in the fourth. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They're working that left side. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Looking to throw on first down. Flips it out in the flat. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Dogs can really attack on this second and short. They're going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against a running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off, he can make big plays, he can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man in the middle. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Bulldogs are flying down the field.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Looking to the big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Gators want to move quickly. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Getting late, pressure building. Huge third down coming up on the road for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Hawkins. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freeze the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. And the Wildcat has turned to disaster. A big loss as the defense was all over it. The Gators with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. A deep throw as the clock winds down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now, so take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. This game will come down to this. A field goal try to save them. And this to take the lead, and it's getting late.
Palmer's a bitch, whack-ass nigga.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now they regain the lead. Glasses will be raised across the Sunshine State. A toast to the Florida Gators who take down Georgia in this rivalry game. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.